4 of the National Football League. All eyes on the rookie Garrett Wilson. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Jets and the Steelers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. We get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Now Carter to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Wilson to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Well, this looks like a roughing call. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
Well, taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 11 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
They'll run with Carter. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. The Jets at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Wilson hit. It's It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They'll run with Hall. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run again with Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And here comes Berrios. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
If you were going to choose a franchise back from the 2022 class, most figured it would be Breece Hall out of Iowa State, and he was the first guy off the board to the New York Jets. More than looked the part.
Hall has it knocked loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've got a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
In what many term is a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They considered the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On second down, this is Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Try to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And check down, complete to Hall. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Going for it, it's Carter. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. 1 play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Personal foul. Defense.
So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erasing quarterback's targets 1 by 1. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
So So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At their own 17-yard line. Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Harris running straight ahead. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Pickett. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Presley Harvin now. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throwing left sideline complete. It's Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 32 on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that ball game with the visiting Browns out on top. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going.
These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On 2nd and 7, Pickett. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 17-10 score. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Jets. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Off play action, Pickett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He's a fan favorite when he plays at home. Every time he makes a big-time play, you can hear him shout, "Muth" from the stands. Pittsburgh, they love him. A lot of comparisons to Heath Miller as a rookie, and he contributed 7 touchdown catches. Now he contributes a 1st down with that grab.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Pickett. And his throw here is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
It's brought in by Harris. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Take it in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Sutton, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Pickett. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. From the gun, here's Pickett. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll give to Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's got the hook up downfield to Boykin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Pittsburgh. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And New York set to take the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now Wilson on 1st down. Open man here is Conklin. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll run with Carter. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Picking a look to throw it here. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
The Steelers send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
A lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Ready? 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, right back to Carter. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Pickett. Open man is Miller. He's got it. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this down near the 25. For the defense, the problem wasn't so much that they let him catch that drag route. It's that they had nobody around him after the catch.
As you well know, when they make the catch, you have to make the tackle on the spot. Those yards after catch are the yards that kill a defense because it keeps drives alive.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done. A narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Steelers, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills.